And then you got the little subplots with the characters and the relationships with the girlfriend and the boyfriend, the girlfriend, the girlfriend. I don't care about that shit. I just want to see some. Before I start this video, I just have to say RIP to one of the OGs, the legend. Richard Donner passed away yesterday at the age of 91. He's responsible for some of my favorite movies, Superman 1 and 2. He did most of 2, okay, so I'm going to give him credit for the second one. Lethal Weapon 1 through 4, The Goonies, Scrooge with Bill Murray. This guy was a legend, man. Sad to see him go. I think he was supposed to be directing the 5th Lethal Weapon movie, if I'm not mistaken. And I guess that's not going to happen now. But, yeah, I just had to say that real quick, man. Rest in peace to the OG. I just watched The Goonies the other day. I'm going to have to review that one. So, yeah, RIP Richard Donner, man. A true OG, a legend in the game. You'll never be forgotten, my man. So this was supposed to be a review for The Forever Purge. My daughter and I were on our way to the theater. Cloudy outside. Perfect day to watch a movie. And after we get some Mickey D's to put in our stomach before the movie, we're just sitting in the car and we're both at the same time like, I don't want to watch this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I heard whispers of how bad it is, and when I saw the trailer, I'm like, And then my daughter thought it was going to be like the last Purge movie where it took place in the hood, and it was all, nah, it's nothing like that. This time it's like Walker, Texas Ranger, meets the Purge, and we're both like, don't want to watch this. So we turned around, came home, it's raining outside, cats and dogs, put the projector on the wall, the big screen, and we decided to go on Netflix and watch Fear Street 1994, which I heard about. But I said, you know what better time to watch it? Forget spending $12 to watch a damn Purge for free. Well, $13 a month. We get to watch this. So Fear Street 1994 was somewhat of a breath of fresh air because I've been losing faith in Netflix movies. Now, as far as the documentaries and shows and stuff, on point. Their movies have been kind of trash lately. All right, so this one here, I was surprised by how much I dug it. This is definitely a callback. I mean, it's called Fear Street 1994. It takes place in the 90s. So this is definitely a callback to the 90s genre of horror movies like Scream and what's the other one? I Know What You Did Last Summer and The Faculty. So it really paid attention to detail as far as the 90s and even down to the acting. Because I'm telling my daughter, I'm like, you know what? I don't know if they did this intentionally, but the acting is a lot like the acting was in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, they captured the 90s almost perfectly, even down to the soundtrack. So I was really digging this movie, man. And in the beginning, I'm trying to keep this non-spoiler as I can, but the beginning I thought was a parody of Scream because it starts out kind of just like Scream. So I thought it was going to be one of those parody type deals where it shows this situation and then it shows from the audience of, the people watching the movie like, nah, but this actually happened in the movie. So this is slasher, okay? It's a slasher flick. But it also goes into witchcraft and black magic and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Which, personally, I don't do the possession movies and none of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it caught me off guard with that because I thought it was going to be like a typical slasher type joint, which it is, but it goes into possession and witches and all that stuff. So the whole thing is this small town is being terrorized by this spirit, this witch, who I guess she transfers her soul to different bodies and shit, and she gets awakened by this teenage girl. So now, being that she's awakened from her drunken slumber, she has to come back and kill this girl and anybody that gets in her way. That's pretty much the gist of this movie. So, likable characters, 90s style acting, and when the kills happen, they happen. Because it got to a point where I'm like, okay, this is a slasher movie. When we're going to get the there we go. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. Now, that's a slasher right there. That's a slasher. Gripes with this movie, I say it dragged a little bit. I think they could have trimmed a little bit of fat off here. For me, the sweet spot for a horror movie as far as length is, I say, about maybe an hour and a half, maybe an hour 26, no longer than an hour and 40. All right, Nightmare on Elm Street was like an hour and 41 minutes. That should be the top. This one is an hour and 46, and sometimes you do feel the runtime because there's a stretch where they try to do a lot of exposition and explaining and all this stuff, and then they got the little subplots with the characters and the relationships with the girlfriend and the boyfriend, the girlfriend, the girlfriend. I don't care about that shit. I just want to see some. You know, give us less of this and more of this, and you got me. That's why I said the sweet spot is like an hour and a half. You know what I mean? But that's my gripe. You know, the runtime was a little long. It dragged a little bit. A couple times I was dozing off because I was sitting in my recliner. And and when I doze off, I could hear myself snoring, and my daughter was sitting next to me, right? So I did one of these numbers. I said, and I'm looking like I'm all in, and my daughter was like, "Are you sleeping?" I'm like, "Nah, I ain't sleeping. I've been up the whole time." Yeah, I was asleep. I was snoring a little bit. But overall, this was a good experience. If you like slasher films, this is for you. This is almost like a love letter to fans of the slasher genre. It really pays homage to the 90s. Like I said, down to the music, even down to AOL, how the internet was first started. You know, just little details and things. I'm like, okay, I can appreciate this. And there's 2 more of them dropping. Well, there's one that drops this week. I think it's Fear Street 1978 and then 1666, which is after that. So it's a trilogy. All right, so definitely looking forward to the next one because the next one has Friday the 13th vibes, like the original Friday the 13th at Camp Crystal Lake. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And now I feel like watching Scream and Scream 2 and The Faculty because that's what this movie reminded me of. And the characters were actually likable. The teens were not annoying for the most part. They were actually likable characters, and you know, don't have many problems with this movie, man. Like I said, besides the pacing. So wrapping it up, I give this a B-. Recommend you watch it if you're a fan of horror, if you're a fan of slashers, even if you like the whole possession shit, which I'm not really a fan of, but they don't go too deep into the possession, so it's not, I wouldn't say it's demonic or nothing like that, but it kind of blurs the line a little bit, you know what I mean? But yeah, B- is what I got. Have you seen Fear Street 1994? Comment freely below what you thought about it. If you like and dig this content, hit that like and subscribe, notification bell in the corner. This is Rashad G signing out. See you with the next video.